What's going on, Outlaws? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have something pretty exciting that I like to work on, an F-150. We don't do a lot of them on the channel, but they do have a sweet spot in my heart. This truck is for our buddy Hunter. It is a 23 F-150 crew cab four-wheel drive. It is on 4 Mickey radials because it is four-wheel drive. Hunter likes to party. And we have some pretty badass mods. We are doing a 18 GT manifold swap with the adapter plates. We're doing long tube headers, unlocking ECM with HP tuners, E85, and it already has a AFE cold air intake. So first things first, we are going to pull the ECU out and ship it to HP tuners. And for you that don't know how to do that, I'm gonna show y'all. Let's get with it. All right, so we've already popped our hood. Here's his AFE Magnum Force KAI, and this is where your ECU is located on these Fords. So you got 3 ECU plugs, and they have these little tabs that you have to push down and pull your covers or your locks over them. And see, it just pulls the plug out. You can wiggle them out, lay them down. Each plug has a different one. You push and pull like so. Wiggle her out. Last one's on the outside. These are actually very easy to do, obviously because I'm doing them one-handed. I usually just pull them down to the side like that, and then your next step is you have to get this cover off right here. So this cover has these little clips right here, and usually it's hard to do it one hand, but I'll pick this up here and pull down one side at a time. I'm gonna go ahead and get that off and then grab y'all again. So see, you got your little tabs. Pull that to the side. Also, to give yourself some more room, this little harness down here has a pin that you can push and pull this up like so. Give you a little more room. An ECU has these little white tabs right here. You push down in here and then pull this open like so. Same thing on the other side. Push and pull at the same time. Kind of a bitch to do one-handed, but you get the idea. All right, and then the EC uterus just falls right out. There's a big motherfucker in there now. Okay, so now we go to the lab where I do our remote tuning, and we're gonna go make an order ticket for this from HP Tuners, and then we're gonna go to FedEx and ship it off. So we're in the lab. I'm gonna show y'all on HP Tuners website. You're gonna go to products, come all the way to services. Let that load for a second. And then we're gonna look for Ford MG1 PCM service right here. Click on that guy. Okay, as you can see, I get a little discount because I'm a dealer. Probably shouldn't show y'all that, but that's okay. It is what it is. We want stock calibration, add to cart. And see, this is for any 21 to 22 Ford F-150, 3.5, 2.7 EcoBoost, and of course your 5.0s. We're gonna choose ground shipping because first day air that's right here is $150. Don't quite need that. Okay, added in all my information, and I'm gonna pay for it with PayPal because I have my account on there. All right, order place, cover my hand because I ain't trying to show you all my shit. But HP Tuners is gonna send us a verification email as well as something to print out to put in the box with this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna print out my order receipt from my email. I'm clicking shit. I'm gonna print out my order receipt from my email. I'm gonna ship it to HP Tuners. Attention, Ford MG1 PCM service. This is their address. And I'm also gonna write my order number on the box, which also helps them kind of sort it a little bit faster. This process usually takes about a week for them to unlock it and send it back. So the next clip, I'm just gonna basically alleviate y'all waiting and all that shit. The next clip is gonna be us getting the ECU back. I'm gonna show y'all how to reinstall it, and then we're gonna buy credits, unlock it, and start doing the mods. I'm also gonna do a clip of y'all before and after of how the truck runs with bone stock with just the drag pack on, and then with the intake and the headers and the E85. Show y'all the difference. All right, fellas, so we got our MG1 ECU shipped off to FedEx. I had planned on video on it. However, we took the fucking race truck and the fucking throttle body fucked up. Basically, there's a set screw on the little valve because it's drive-by cable. Set screw came loose, shot the spring off, lost the rod on Lafayette. So my boy at the Mattress Express, I don't know his name, but he hooked me up with some rubber bands, and I made that shit work. And I walked a half-mile to the Northern Tool to buy some $40 Milwaukee fucking Allen wrenches and got that bitch right. And we rolling. So we'll wait for that ECU to come back in, and then that'll be the next clip. And I just want to also again throw my boy a shout out at the Mattress Express by Chuck E. Cheese on Lafayette. If y'all need a mattress or a pillow or something, go hit my guy up. Because I'm pretty sure if I'd have asked Duty to change the transmission in the parking lot with me, because he was fucking game for whatever. So y'all go hook my boy up if y'all need some shit. All right, guys, so it has been about a week later since that last clip. And look who made it back home. Our ECUterus. So we're gonna take it out the box. I'm gonna show you how it comes packaged. And then we're gonna throw that baby in and go get some baseline pulls of this truck on the drag pack, bone stock. Then we'll do comparisons with E85, GT manifold swap, and headers. All right, nice little packaging. Our ECUteruses. Let's see. There she is. Let's see, I'm sure they taped the dog shit out of this. Oh. Oh my God, let me open this. I won't start back. All right, got it out. So now I'll show you all the process of reinstalling this ECUterus. Okay, move my little plastic thing out of the way. Scoot her in. Nice little snug fit. Boop. Boop. That's it. Uterus is locked down. Now we're gonna put all our plastic pieces back on. Clip all our plugs back on. Plastic piece snaps right back on. ECU plug. Push and lock. Same thing for the middle one. Push and open. Make sure she's pushed on all the way good. Then you can lock her down and it'll pull it closed. And then our last guy, where you at, fucker? Here. Get him on there. Push and lock. Boom, there we go. Make sure your plugs are tight. Good to go. And now we hook our battery back up. All right, so now I'm gonna take our key, battery's hooked up, and we're gonna make sure it starts up like normal and runs fine. Make sure we got no engine or wrench lights that we would need to address. Make sure the truck's happy. Nope, we're good, we're Gucci. So now I am going to tune this thing on stock engine, stock transfer, everything. I'm only going to change the tire size for the little skinnies that's on it, that drag pack on them. So, because I want the speedometer to be accurate of what it looks like when we're doing the test differences before and after full bolt on. So I'm gonna go grab the laptop. I'm gonna do a readout on it. I'm gonna show you guys that we're only changing tire size, and then we're gonna do some like 0 to 60 pulls or 0 to 80 or something like that before and after bolt-ons. All right, guys, so we are going to do the bone stock pull on the drag pack. I believe the truck is on 93, stock tune. I was going to adjust the tire size, but I forgot that Hunter said that he wants to leave it set for his big tires because he uses to drive it to work. So we are going to try to do a little dig hit. But just keep in mind that the speedo is off, but they will be the same for stock and modified. I'm going to do every pull the same in four-wheel drive, just so it don't spin. Gotta wait for traffic to clear. All right, so that's bone stock with just a drag pack. Obviously, speedo is off. Let's go throw a manifold on it and some headers and some E85 and see what we can get out of it. All right, guys, so this is what we're starting with. Stock F150 intake, which y'all have seen in the other clips. This is what we're going to. 18 plus GT manifold. We have all the billet adapter spacers to go ahead and convert it to Gen 4 heads, because that intake is a Gen 3 intake. So we have all gaskets, throttle body plate. I believe this is the Oh shit, I'm lost for words. These PCV valve tubes, and then we also have a set of, I believe these are 2M fab, I could be mistaken, but long tube headers. Let's go. So we have our cold air off. Next step, we're gonna pull off our little fuel rail covers. Get those out the way. We'll have to get this guy out the way as well. I do love that Ford puts these quick connects on all of the fuel fittings, so you don't have to use that fucking quick disconnect bullshit fucking tool that you always gotta fight with. Ford did their thing with this. So I'm gonna get these off, pull this little evap bullshit off, undo the fuel lines, and then show y'all next step from there. All right, so we got our fuel rail covers off, got our evap shit out, got our fuel lines disconnected, and we only lost about 15 gallons of gas, so it's not too bad. Next step from here, I'm gonna take my little pick, I'm gonna pull up all my red tabs on my injectors, unplug those, and then I believe we have 5 bolts per side. I have to double check, but you have these little 8mm down here, and then your fuel rail bolts are 10 mil. These run all the way down to the head. They act as an intake bolt. So like on a LS or LT, it's different, but these run all the way through the intake and grab the head. So we got 5 on each side, 8 and 10 mil. All right, real quick, I will say that I took an extra step that is not necessary. I took the whole harness over the side for the injectors. Not necessary, guys. Just unplug unplug the back black plug and just take it all off together and just leave the harness on there. You can do it either way, but I noticed that while doing it, it's not necessary. Intake is out. So we undid all our bolts. Now, I will say, this part of getting that harness out is probably the shittiest part of pulling the intake on it. You'll get these clips off. There's one more right here. And then you can pull it forward, but you have to make sure to check for, if you haven't done it before, your map sensor wires down here. So you'll get about halfway out, feel a little resistance, you're about to rip this out the fucking plug. So be mindful of that. So we're gonna put our billet brackets on, but you see all the dirt down in there. We're gonna clean all that out real good. Now, if this was an LS, we would push the dirt inside the cylinders because it makes them run better. These Coyotes are a little bit picky, so we're gonna clean those up and then install our billet brackets, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. So now that our intake runners are clean on the heads, we'll have a good surface. We put all 1 million fucking intake gaskets on these plates. Every plate has 4 gaskets. So the motor has, I believe, 24 fucking intake gaskets. So if you have a vacuum leak, don't even try to look for it somewhere. Okay, so you'll put this, your driver's side lower, on the head. You'll run your longer bolts down in here to your head. Then you'll grab your driver's side upper, lay him down on there. And then you'll run your shorter bolts in here, so your brackets are together. And then you'll put your intake on top of that. So let's go ahead and mount our lowers, and then I'll show you how it looks, and then uppers, and then intake from there. And all this process is done with a 5mm Allen. All right, so our lowers are on. They're mounted through these bolts here. Now, we throw our uppers on and run the same length bolts through these holes. And then we throw our intake on. Now we have our uppers on. I ain't gonna lie, those billet brackets look cool as fuck. Thank God, because they're very expensive, but worth the price. So next step is, these are our fuel rail mounting tabs or thingy-majiggies, doomaddads, whatever you want to call them. So basically they're this, where your fuel rail mounts. That bolt is going to go all the way through to the head bracket. But I guess the Mustang rail is a little different. So as you can see, we're going to screw it to one side and it's going to offset for the rail. So these guys just pop out from the bottom like that. You can actually take a little bolt or a 10mm socket and just kind of tap it. Comes out really easy. So we'll take those out, replace them with these, and then we're going to set our intake down and start slowly running our bolts. Now that those are knocked out, don't forget you have to take your map sensor out of the back of your truck intake and put it on your car intake. So we have that on there. It actually sits like this, but the mounting hole for it is way fucking smaller than the bolt. I don't know how the fuck you want me to fit this in that little bitty ass hole. So we'll take a drill bit, we'll go up 1 or 2 steps to where it's still gonna fit snug because it's a coarse thread. But yeah, so if you run into that, you may have to drill that fucker. So another thing I did not realize is that this intake comes with IMRC's intake manifold runner control. F150s, or at least Gen 4s, don't have this. So we take out our 6 torque bolts. I'm gonna pull that off. The correct way is to buy the IMRC lockouts, but we don't have any, and I forgot to tell Hunter about them because I forgot that the intake comes with them. So I will be tie strapping them down, which would be in the open position, or closed, I guess you could say. So that's not the right way to do that. There's a lot of people that do it, get away with it. We're gonna do it just temporary until I can get Hunter to get the lockout plates from like MMR or somewhere, and then we'll go ahead and install those. But we gotta go ahead and do it this way that we can get the install done. All right, guys, so it turns out I'm just fucking retarded. It came with IMRC lockouts. You just have to look in your pack and see what you got. So put a little rubber plug on this. Circle one goes on your, this would be driver's side. And this little notched guy goes on your passenger side. And you put the 4 little short supplied bolts in the pack. All right, so we skipped a couple steps. I don't have just an hour-long video of showing you how to do the intake. So I put obviously the manifolds on. I put the adapters for the fuel rail. Plugged up all our injectors. Make sure we plugged our 2 fuel injector harness connectors back there. Put our evap back on. Put our little insulated cushions back on. I cut so this kit supplies 2 rubber hoses, and I cut the factory hoses, slid them over there because that's what looked the best route. I didn't look at no instructions on this kit. I'm just kind of playing it by ear with what I got, and I found that this is the best way for me that looks clean. They supply a little rubber cap. It's for this area here. Put the cold air back. It kind of fits ish. I think being so high kind of fucks it because this overflow line is really tight, and I can't put it back in this little groove. So we may replace that with something longer. Put our filter back on, but everything is done. Intake swap is complete. Our next step is to throw this baby on the lift and start on our headers. Oh boy, I got the workhorse chopping over there. Just put in my fresh battery. We gonna go fill it up on the E85 and spray the fuck out of it on some nitrous. All right, well, we got the headers done. Went ahead and saved y'all the 9 hours that it took for us to do it, because 4-wheel drive crew cabs, I believe, are the hardest ones on the Coyote platform to put headers on. Anyway, got it done. It is currently 10:41 at night. Tomorrow we're taking the day off because we're gonna go ahead and pack up the race trucks, get everything going, load up our beds, totes, whatever we need in tools. Next step, I'm gonna fire this up so y'all can hear it, and we're gonna tune it in the morning and go run to Congress and get some E85 for it. Finish up our little video. Not a bad tone at all, but obviously typical Coyote fashion, you hit the gas, it's fucking rowdy. So we got a little check engine light because I didn't throw my base tune in here yet, still on the stock file, so it doesn't know what the fuck's going on with the headers and the intake. But yep, got them on. So next clip, we'll get the tuning in the morning. All right guys, so we got about 2 days worth of tuning on this 5010R setup. I'm super picky with how I like the 10 hours to shift and the shift scheduling. I get rid of the fucking skip shift and all that dumb bullshit that I don't like that Ford does. We got this thing on the E85. I feel that it's fucking dialed for a crew cab 4-wheel drive. It fucking runs. So next clip, it's gonna be some pulls for y'all, and I'm very impressed with them for what it is. All right guys, it's E85 from a dig, 4-wheel drive. Shabby. for our crew cab forward drive. And it's also 91 degrees outside. So we just put E in this truck like probably 10 minutes ago, driving back from Lafayette currently with it. And so she still got to mix in and blend. We had a little bit of 93 left in it, but yeah, not too bad at all. Let's see, I'll give y'all a little 60 roll. It's not gonna downshift probably, but yeah, she's pretty fucking strong. A big old crew cab. So I think our boy's gonna be happy with it. I unintentionally lied to y'all at the beginning of the video. I said I wasn't gonna touch the speedometer for the drag pack. I ended up having to because it's fucking my shift points. Even though Ford goes off of output shaft speed, I still had to adjust it a little bit because the ABS was like, fuck you, you're lying. That's not what tire size you got. We're gonna short shift, fuck you. So had to adjust that a little bit. But truck still fucks, regardless of what the speedometer says. It's fucking getting down for a crew cab. So yeah, man, I might do one more pull for y'all. Do like a little 20 roll kick down just so y'all can see. Oh, you know what? Matter of fact, I'll do manual mode. I did a road race mode in this truck, typical F150 shit. So I'll go ahead and show y'all. I'll try to do two-wheel drive. It's definitely gonna short shift to 2.3 because it's gonna blow the tires off even on the drag pack. But I'll show you all that real quick, and then we'll get this video wrapped up. All right, guys, let's see. Do a 30 roll. You got your traction control, dumbass. Jesus. All right, some asshole turned off traction control this time. Let's see what we can do. Still definitely gonna short shift to 2.3. That's all right. So, as you can see, she do in fact be fucking. I love these Coyote trucks, dude. 5010Rs, one of my favorite combinations on side of the LT10L. But that is your wrap up, guys, of cold air intake, GT manifold with lockouts, long tube headers, and basically a catless back exhaust for the 5010R setups. Shout out to our boy Hunter for trusting us with doing the install and the tune-in setup. We're gonna slap him a Marshall racing sticker on the back glass. But that wraps up this video. I appreciate y'all staying from the beginning to the end. I know sometimes I talk too much and I be having struggles, but I try to show y'all the whole in and out. So people seem to really like that about my dad's videos, so I'm just gonna be as real as I can with y'all as well. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, or don't do none of that shit. It's cool, whatever. Just y'all watching's enough for me. So catch y'all on the next one. And also, while I got y'all attention, our fucking awesome customer that got us those badass cameras, he'll be in for a treat this weekend because I just ordered one of those big badass 5 suction cup fucking crane arm things sticking on the back of your truck for that 360 camera. And this weekend we got about 15 gallons of 1R E85 left that we're gonna throw in the red truck. And I'm closing the wastegate on that bitch. So whoever wants it from a fucking dig or roll, I don't care this weekend. You see that red motherfucker, I'll get ready. I got some badass shit coming for y'all with that. Catch y'all later.